Do you ever feel stuck or like there's something that you're longing for, but you just don't know how to get there? Or you're in need of that one miracle a day. You need a shift in your life and something's just not happening. This video is designed to show you how you can create a change in your life or a shift in your life so that you can create a life that you absolutely love waking up from each day, something that drives you with focus and energy. So, if you're jumping on, welcome. My name is Vicky Lord and I'm your freedom coach. I help women to have everyday confidence so they can live in peace and ease every day. So I've got my notes here today so that I don't forget anything that I can give you that will help you change your life. And there's three reasons why we often feel stuck. And once you know these three simple reasons, then you'll have a way to totally change your life for the better. So, how exciting is that? So, if you're all about freedom and empowerment, be sure to subscribe and then you'll have access to these videos all along. So, for now, the first reason why people feel stuck is that um, the feeling itself is a belief. So, if you look at an area of life where you're feeling stuck, often there's a hidden belief hidden there. That's why it's called hidden belief, because it is hiding. And the tricky thing about it is that belief is actually a feeling. And I realized this one day when I was walking down the Gold Coast, and I said to somebody that I feel this way. And they turned around and said, "Isn't that a funny belief to have?" And then I realized that the feeling comes in two parts. One, the feeling can be felt in the body. So you feel the feeling of being stuck, or you feel the feeling, say it's an emotion, say shame or embarrassment or hurt or insecurity. So you feel the feeling that's felt in your body. And then you got the belief as well, which is part of the mind. So the belief comes in two forms. It comes in feeling in the body and it comes in the belief in the mind. And so that's tip number one is the feeling is essentially the secret to what you want to change so that you can create this shift. Because our body is like a beacon and it's calling in um, what we want. And while we're saying my belief is hurt or insecurity, we're sending the beacon out and we're going to get what we're putting out. So take notice of your feeling, which is also felt in the body and the belief in the mind. Tip number two, or the reason number two why you feel stuck, is that it's the repetition of the results. So, say for example, you have what's called a shame-based personality. That means that you're feeling shame constantly and you're walking through life and say you feel shame when you get on the train to go to work, and then you feel shame when you got to make a phone call, and you feel shame when a certain situation happens. That's a results-based or a habit-based that's come over time. So it's just been a repetition, repetition, repetition of the same feeling and belief. So um, take notice of the repetition of the most dominant feeling that you're feeling through the day, which is the most dominant belief, and then you'll be getting somewhere. So now you know the feeling that you're feeling, and you know the repetition of the feeling. And the third reason why you often feel stuck is that deep change has not been initiated. So what I mean by that is that you have two desires within you, and this is common for everyone. Um, we've got the desire to be whole and complete and free, and then we're also driven by the desire not to feel the shame, the hurt, the insecurity, or the place where we're stuck in our life. So these two desires are playing out. And what we want to do is we want to get clear on the desire that we want to feel, because it's funny that the desire, we'll keep going with the shame example. So you've got the feeling of shame, but you don't want it. So it's like playing in tango, it's like dancing with each other. And what we want to do is we want to get to the place where we can say, okay, shame, I get you, but on a deeper level, we're going to change this. And this is where the gold happens right now. So I want to show you how to create deep change right now. So if you've decided you're going to make a change or a shift in your life, keep listening. All right, so how to create deep shame. So I'm going to draw a little picture for you. So this is going to be a human little stick figure. Okay, I'll put a smiley face so that we know, and some hair. Okay, so this is the body of everyone. So you already know that the feeling is felt in the body. We feel it in the body, and the belief starts as a thought in the mind. So the thought is, should I be embarrassed? And then, or should I feel shame? And then it is felt in the body. And then you've either accepted it or you've not accepted it. And so this is where we get to choose moving forward is once you realize your job, so your job is with this part of your brain up here. This is your command center. So we get to command our body how to feel. We get to command what desire we want to bring forth. We get to command what we want to live on a daily basis. And inside all of us, we'll make it like the heart here. Inside all of us is what I've called it the storehouse of creation, because we get to create what we want to create. And in this storehouse, we can create shame or we can create abundance. We can create hurt and insecurity, or we can create confidence and a wild, free life. It all starts in our storehouse of creation, and our command center is telling our storehouse of creation what to bring forth. So that was tip number one, is to know what your job is. And your job is with your command center to speak what you want to receive. And so if you're stuck in the habit of a lower emotion that's holding you stuck, you can make a simple shift today and say, I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of how I feel. I'm in control of how I speak. Today, I choose whatever you want to bring forth out of your storehouse of creation. So, second thing that we want to do is, now that we have access, everybody has access to the storehouse of creation. There's an old saying that in God we live and move and have our being. That means that in this great principle of life, however you want to call your person or your energy, however you want to call your being, that you're in the middle of, is within that all of creation, all the plants, all the animals, all the humans within this have their being. And so that means that we all get access to the same storehouse of creation. It's just that people use it differently with their command center. So while you know that you're in control of your thoughts and your feelings, the second step is to feel the feeling of freedom. And so freedom, you won't bring forth all the amazing storehouse of creations that you can create if you don't believe that you're free to do so first. And I've heard the expression a lot of times that God is love, God is love, God is love. And so one day that didn't really mean much to me. And then I thought about what I really wanted in my life, and it was freedom. And I was like, God is free. And as soon as I said them words, God is free, I was free to love. I was free to create. I was free to bring about my most desired creations of writing a book and becoming an author and creating this YouTube channel. I was free. And so if you start with the words, I am free, then you'll create, I'm free to have a beautiful relationship. I am free to create more love in my life. I'm free to receive love. I'm free to let the jealousy go. I am free to let the shame go. I am free. So if you start with a place of freedom, and then everything will come after that. So the last thing was already covered. So your three tips were you're in the command seat, and then access your storehouse of creation and speak it forward. The last thing is to call forth your creation that you want to create with faith. And faith, the best way that I can explain it is active energy, because we've got a bit of a gap between when we speak it forward, and then we've got a bit of a patient game until it comes to pass. And so, what I mean by this is, say that in the past you've had, use shame again, you've had a lot of shame, and you've decided that now you're creating a different mentality for yourself. Instead of having a shame-based personality, now you've got a wealthy woman personality, or you've got a teaching personality, whatever it is that you're going for. There's a bit of a gap because now you've taken the steps to let the old you go and you're coming into the new you. So in that time frame, it's like a seed that's planted in the ground. It's going to take some time for the seed to crack open, get the strength to shoot through the soil, and then grow a stem and grow some leaves and grow a pretty flower. It takes time. And so faith is the energy of that time frame. It's the energy of praying and declaring what you're creating in your life to the time when it's into fruition, when it's that beautiful flower. So faith is the active energy, and we want to keep, just like the seed, watering our seed and giving it sunshine. We do the same thing for ourselves. So that's how you're going to create big change in your life starting today. You're going to command your new way of being with new thought and new feeling, and then you're going to bring forth your storehouse of creation with the faith and active energy so that you can create your life your way. How wonderful is that? So that's what I want to leave with you today. If you found this video useful or meaningful, I invite you to subscribe. Coming up on the 3rd of February, I have a course called Boldly Become You, which I'm recording live here on YouTube. So you don't have to go anywhere, just subscribe and you'll get a notification in February the 3rd that we're cracking out live to go through this workbook together. And the whole purpose is to create a really strong belief so that you can create this wonderful life that is so meant for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.